Good morning, friends and family of friends. Happy Wednesday the 26th, everyone. Well, hump day again, and it's a special hump day today because we are doing our first live remote broadcast from the ancient and mysterious site of Stonehenge, a little bit north of the modern-day city of Salisbury in England. But we'll chat more about this awesome place shortly. Sunrise will be at 6:38 this morning, and sunset will be at 5:39, giving us 11 hours and 1 minute of daylight to enjoy today. Presently, it's 28 degrees outside, with highs expected in the low 30s today. Hold your hat, though, because it's going to be pretty breezy today, with not much chance of seeing the sun, but that's alright because Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday will all be in the 30s and 40s for temps, and we should be seeing quite a bit of that big, bright, glorious ball in the sky. Can anyone say cabin fever? But it looks like our next chance of seeing precipitation won't be until next Monday or early next week, so enjoy the awesome weather. Alright, let's move on to birthdays. From our family of friends celebrating birthdays today, happy birthday Lisa Smith, Tucker Miller, Sherry Guerrera, Ashley Wolf, and last but not least, Ross Lamont. Our celebrity birthday shout-out starts with Australian-born model and actress who starred in the 2016 film The Choice and Lights Out. She also appeared in the sci-fi film I Am Number 4 and the Disney film Bedtime Stories. Her other notable films include The Grudge 2 and The Sorcerer's Apprentice, both good movies. Teresa Palmer turns 34 today. Our next celebrity is a Grammy Award-winning recording artist who specializes in love ballads like When a Man Loves a Woman and How Am I Supposed to Live Without You. Michael Bolton turned 67 today. And believe it or not, early in his career, he toured with Ozzy Osbourne. Bolton was in a band called Blackjack at the time. Our next celebrity, although he's no longer with us, this legendary country singer was best known as the Man in Black. He became one of the most influential musicians in the 20th century, inspiring artists in various genres from country to rock and roll. He is perhaps best known for his songs Ring of Fire, I Walk the Line, A Boy Named Sue, and Folsom Prison Blues. You probably guessed it already, but Johnny Cash was born on this day in 1932 and lived to the age of 71. Leaving us for the big ranch in the sky on September 12th of 2003. All right, on to our history segment. This day in history. On this day in 1616, the Roman Inquisition delivers an injunction to Galileo, demanding he abandon his belief in heliocentrism, which states that Earth and the planets revolve around the sun. This was a direct contradiction to the church stance that all the universe revolved around Earth, according to God's plan. Tough times to be a forward-thinking pioneer, because those were dangerous days to challenge the church indeed. On this day in 1935, radar, radio detection and ranging, was first demonstrated by Robert Watson Watt. Although he did not invent the idea of radio detection, he was the first to prove it could work on a large scale. Today, radar is used for forecasting the weather, calculating how fast cars are traveling, we all know that one, assisting space vehicles and aircraft when landing. It's also used to ensure safe air travel and sea travel, as well as numerous other applications. On this day in 1983, Michael Jackson's Thriller album goes #1 and stays #1 for 37 consecutive weeks. I remember the music video Thriller pretty well, especially for being 37 years ago. The first time I ever saw the video was in a temporary office setup in the town of Palmyra, while I was standing in line with my mom, waiting to schedule an appointment to have our cable TV installed at our home. You see, back in 1983, well, that's the year they brought cable TV into Palmyra, where I grew up. Having more than 6 or 7 channels to choose from at a time was a pretty big deal back then. And finally, in 2018, the Global Seed Vault in Svalbard, Norway, receives its 1 millionth seed on its 10-year anniversary. It is a long-term seed storage facility built to stand the test of time and the challenges of nature or man-made disasters. The seed vault represents the world's largest collection of crop diversity, case we're ever challenged with starting all over. There's a lot of info on this, and it's been marked as a future origin story topic. Alright, let's move on to a little bit of comedy. From our comedy corner, man walks into a zoo. The only animal in the entire zoo is a dog. It's a Shih Tzu. Alright, today is National Pistachio Day, and today is also Ash Wednesday. Ash Wednesday is one of the most popular and important holidays in the liturgical calendar. Ash Wednesday opens the Lent season, a season of fasting and prayer. Today's morning motivational is a reminder about optimism. It simply states, no one ever injured their eyesight by looking on the bright side. And that is so true, and there is always a bright side to be seen if you look for it. Alright, as promised earlier today, we are going to dive into the origins behind Stonehenge. Stonehenge is a massive stone monument located north of the modern-day city of Salisbury in England. Research shows that the site has continuously evolved over a period of 10,000 years. The structure that we call Stonehenge today was built between 5,000 and 4,000 years ago, and it was once part of a much larger sacred landscape that included a massive stone monument that was 15 times the size of the current-day Stonehenge. The biggest of Stonehenge's stones, known as sarcens, are about 30 foot tall and weigh approximately 25 tons apiece on average. It's widely believed that they were brought from Marlborough Downs, a distance of about 20 miles to the north. The smaller stones, referred to as blue stones because they have a bluish tinge when wet or broken, well, they weigh up to 4 tons apiece and come from several different sites in western Wales, having been transported as far as 140 miles. It's unknown how people in the time of antiquity moved them that far. Recent experiments show that it is possible to move a 1-ton stone with a dozen people on a wooden track, but whether this technique was actually used back in those days are uncertain. Stonehenge is just one part of a large-scale landscape that contains many other stone and wooden structures, as well as burial sites. Archaeologists have also found evidence of widespread prehistoric hunting, and a road that may have led directly to Stonehenge. From what scientists can tell, Salisbury Plain was considered to be a sacred area long before Stonehenge itself was constructed, as early as 10,500 years ago. It's widely believed that it was part of a much larger complex landscape, and a frequent host to numerous processional and ritual activities. Stonehenge is arguably one of the most famous megalithic monuments in the world. It's also one of the most mysterious. Its prehistoric concentric rings garnered plenty of speculation as to why and how they were constructed. Ancient history is just fascinating. As usual, Blend and I hope that you enjoyed this little origins journey into the mysterious structure that is Stonehenge. We appreciate the time that you spend with us each and every day. We do try to bring something of value and entertainment in each and every one of our Morning Minute posts. After all, knowledge is power, and we love to share what we come across. So, enjoy the day, make the most of it, you have the power, and we will talk to you guys soon.